Hey everybody, Rob here at etrailer.com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the PTC custom fit charcoal cabin air filter on our 2014 Toyota Highlander. Now if you stick around to the end of the video, we are going to show you how to get the filter in place. It's an extremely easy process. But a cabin filter is going to make sure that all the air inside the cabin of our Highlander is clean and has been filtered before it comes through our vents. Essentially, a cabin filter is going to do for your Highlander what a furnace filter does for your house. Because a lot of times people don't think about it, but the air inside your Highlander can actually be up to 6 times more polluted than the air outside. Because as we're driving, the airflow is going to start coming in, coming through the vents, but it doesn't have anywhere to go. And all the air outside as we're driving, we're going to have pollen, dust, little pieces of road debris, not to mention all the exhaust from all the other cars coming in. And the charcoal application on our filter is going to help take away some of those odors and those bad smelling gases and stuff like that. But it's also going to filter out the particles that may be a little bit larger so they don't get into the system. Because at very minimum, if there were pieces of stuff to get in through the system, it's going to be really annoying because you're going to hear it in the fan clicking as you go down the road. But if it did get past the fan and it gets into the actual AC system, it can cause a lot of damage. And even if it doesn't get past the filter, but if we don't check our filter and it just gets clogged up, we're not going to have any airflow to go through, which can cause a lot of back pressure on your AC and heating system, which again can cost a lot of money and cause problems down the road. The manufacturer does recommend that you either check or change your cabin filter every 12 to 18,000 miles, but if you need a more specific time, you can check your owner's manual. Now, a lot of people don't even realize they have a cabin filter in their car, but right about 2008 or so, most cars have them. And the Highlander definitely does. And again, checking it, it's going to make sure that the air that we breathe inside the car is going to be nice and healthy. And it's definitely going to help out with people that have breathing issues, especially like asthma. But I know we've been at the service station where we've been offered to have it replaced. Maybe getting an oil change, something like that. There's no real reason to pay somebody else to do it, especially since there's no tools involved and you can check it and change it in about 5 minutes. In fact, we have our new one here, so we can set it aside for now. And we can check our existing one. First thing we want to do is open up the glove box. And once we have the glove box open, if we move to the passenger side, there's a little prop rod that kind of helps the glove box from coming down too far. If you take your thumb and you just kind of push to the outside, it'll slide right off that post. You just kind of move it out of the way. Next, we want to grab the edges, the side edges of our glove box. Just flex them in just a little bit. That'll allow these tabs to clear the side of the box. Rotate it down, and it should come off the hinge on the bottom. Then if we look into the cavity where the glove box came out, we'll find this black rectangle cover. There's a tab on each side, so we can just squeeze them, pull straight back, and that'll expose the filter. We can reach in, kind of bend the corner a little bit, and we can pull the filter out. One thing you do want to pay attention to is the arrow and the airflow direction on the filter, because just like your furnace filter, it has an airflow and we need to make sure it goes in properly. So this filter, you can see it's not too bad. It was white, it's starting to turn a light shade of brown, and here you can see just a little bit of that debris that's getting in there. Not a whole lot, nothing major that's big, but putting that charcoal cabin filter in there is going to be a lot better because, again, it has that charcoal application which help out with smells and odors. So we're going to go ahead and put the new one in place. On your new filter, it is going to have the airflow and the arrows, and it needs to be going down, so we want to make sure we put it in like this. And just slide our filter in place. Make sure it goes into the box. And then even on the cover, it has an arrow pointing up, so we know this is the direction it needs to go in. And just line it up. Click it back into place. And then we can just put our glove box back in. Just make sure we get those tabs lined up. Kind of press towards the glove box. Rotate the arms up. And just slide the prop rod back in place. It really is that simple. Again, there's really no need to pay anybody to do it for you, especially since you know how to do it now. Just take a few minutes to check it every few months or every so many thousand miles and easily save yourself a few dollars replacing it yourself. But again, I'm Rob here at etrailer.com. That'll finish up your look at the PTC custom fit charcoal cabin air filter on our 2014 Toyota Highlander.